Retired life suited him. He woke up every morning excited about what would happen that day. He had all the time in the world now, and he loved to share it with his wife. However, Lawrence didn't expect a beautiful Monday on the golf course with his dear wife to take a terrible turn. Hit like and subscribe. This is Fierce. 70-year-old Lawrence Walters was well known in his community as a devoted husband and a passionate golfer. Born and raised in Illinois, Lawrence developed a love for golf in his youth and continued it well into his retirement. Golf was more than just a sport for Walters. It reminded him of the time he spent with his father on the golf course, the work meetings he had there, and the weekends he taught his own kids how to play. It challenged both his mind and his body, while also enjoying beautiful landscapes. At its core, golf is about precision and patience, and Lawrence liked that. He liked having something to do on the weekends, taking care of his clubs and moving his body. So when his wife finally wanted to learn how to play too, he felt he was in heaven. They watched tournaments together and visited their local golf course in Geneseo, Illinois. One day, however, Lawrence got an idea. What if they took a road trip to Elkhorn Ridge Golf Course in Spearfish, South Dakota? He had dreamed of golfing on Elkhorn Ridge for a few years, but never had the opportunity before. Located on the historic Frawley Ranch in western South Dakota, Elkhorn Ridge Golf Club is a modern 18-hole championship layout. The front nine is nestled on the side of a mountain, giving way to incredible views of Centennial Valley, while the back nine winds through the Polo Creek Canyon and its rock wall backdrops. Golf Digest ranked Elkhorn Ridge as the #1 public golf course in South Dakota, so it quickly became a tourist attraction in the area. Lawrence and his wife planned on also renting a cabin in the resort to get the most out of Elkhorn Ridge. This fateful trip would have been another cherished memory for the couple, but it unfortunately turned sour. The morning of June 14, 2018 was unusually bright and calm. After a lengthy journey the day before, Lawrence and his wife arrived at Elkhorn Ridge Golf Course and went straight to their cabin to rest for the night. The next morning, the couple had breakfast and discussed how they would spend the day amidst the stunning scenery and challenging fairways. The 70-year-old man couldn't believe they were there. They navigated through the holes, laughing and sharing stories, unaware of the looming danger. From time to time, other players would join them, making small talk and sharing tips and insights. By mid-morning, Lawrence and his wife had reached one of the northern holes. Lawrence's shot sent his golf ball into a patch of tall grass. His aim was a bit off that day, but nothing could have stopped him from having the time of his life. Determined to retrieve his ball, Lawrence walked over to the tall grass. From then on, chaos ensued. Lawrence bent down slowly, his back aching as he moved downward. While searching for his golf ball through the tall grass, he accidentally disturbed a prairie rattlesnake, which had been resting in the shade. Native to the Black Hills, prairie rattlesnakes are renowned for their ability to blend in and their affinity for shady, concealed spots. The characteristic rattle of prairie rattlesnakes, which serves as a warning to potential predators, makes them common in the Black Hills foothills. Since they usually live in rocky, grassy, and prairie environments, golf courses are a good place for them to be. These snakes prefer to stay away from humans and are typically not aggressive. However, when threatened or surprised, they can strike in self-defense. Bites from rattlesnakes are medical emergencies that need to be treated right away. A bite can cause excruciating pain, bruising, swelling, shock, nausea, and difficulty breathing. In extreme circumstances, a prairie rattlesnake's bite can lead to death. However, antivenom is readily available, and when used quickly, can save lives. The snake bit Lawrence in an instant, driving its sharp fangs into the man's ankle and delivering a fatal bite. It hurt so bad right away that Lawrence had to let out a horrifying scream. His wife and other golfers nearby immediately became aware that something horrible had happened to the 70-year-old man. His body started to swell and hurt as the rattlesnake's venom spread throughout it. His wife ran toward him and asked what happened. When she saw the site of the snake bite, she knew Lawrence needed immediate medical assistance. By the time they got to the clubhouse, Lawrence was feeling much worse. Elkhorn Ridge personnel acted quickly, providing first aid until the ambulance arrived at the golf course. Unfortunately, their quick response did not stop Lawrence's condition from rapidly getting worse. Lawrence's age, the venom, and a possible allergic reaction resulted in a fatal heart abnormality. Despite the staff's best efforts and the arrival of emergency medical personnel, Lawrence went into cardiac arrest. He was rushed to Spearfish Hospital, but sadly, nothing more could have been done. A few minutes later, he was pronounced dead. According to Lawrence County Coroner Marty Goetsch, the snake bite set off a sequence of events that ultimately resulted in Lawrence's demise. Black Hills State University biology professor Dr. Brian Smith went on to explain that although prairie rattlesnake bites are uncommon and typically not fatal, they can be lethal in specific circumstances. If the snake's fangs pierce a vein, the venom pulses through your body as fast as lightning. In just 2 heartbeats, you start to feel the symptoms of the snake bite. The development is fast, and you need immediate medical help to live. The most horrific way you can die from a snake bite is if you develop an anaphylactic reaction to it. The venom is partially at fault here. Most of the fault falls on the person, as they might be allergic to rattlesnake venom without actually knowing. In the wake of Lawrence Walters' death, Elkhorn Ridge Golf Course Management, led by Mike Mendelson, took immediate steps to enhance safety and prevent similar incidents in the future. Mendelson said that although locals in the Black Hills were well aware of the potential for rattlesnakes to be present in the tall grass and around rocks, outsiders might not be aware of the threat and might not take warning signs seriously. Because of this, the course, already marked with signs warning of snake danger, added more signs and introduced new policies. Mendelson announced that one of the new policies states that areas of tall grass will be treated as lateral hazards. This change allows golfers to take a penalty drop rather than searching for lost balls in potentially dangerous areas. The death of Lawrence Walters was a heartbreaking incident that cast a shadow over the serene beauty of Elkhorn Ridge Golf Course. This, according to Dr. Smith, was the first rattlesnake-related death in the area in more than 20 years. But most importantly, it left his family and friends heartbroken. His wife was in shock. What started as a beautiful road trip ended in her worst nightmare. All the years they could have continued to spend together were wiped off in an instant because of a deadly snake bite. This is exactly why you need to be extra cautious about the possible dangers that lurk in the shadows. You can never know when a fierce predator will strike.